We are going to elevate your idea of traditional Quebec cuisine this morning with recipes that you can make at home. Chef Romain Avril is here to show us more. Now, this is pretty cool because you're originally from France.
That's correct.
But you love Quebecois food.
Well, I mean, what there's not to like? You know what I mean? There's amazing products, like they really try really hard and they're really passionate about it. So, you know, for me, it's like an easy pairing, an easy match. We have good produce, good product you want to put into a plate and make sure your guests are going to be fed and they're going to think it's delicious.
Okay, so we have a different kind of smoked meat here
Yes.
Than we traditionally think of for
Yes.
the poutine, because this is duck.
Absolutely.
I love duck.
Right? So do I. So I say we're going to be best friends. Yes, I wanted to show two versions of two dishes because Quebec is known for, I would say, a very classic and a very simple way of cooking, but it's so much more than that, right? Like Quebec is an elevated province, so they are offering elevated experiences as well. So we have our classic poutine, of course, and I'm going to ask you if you don't mind putting some of the gravy on top of our second version. So this is classic French fries. We have obviously the cheese curd and some sauce. But in this one, we added smoked meat. And as you mentioned, smoked meat usually made for beef, but in this case, it's actually made from duck. And then speaking of food innovation, I have right here something super cool that I love using. It's a food crayon. So, you know, like I hate crying in the kitchen.
It's a crayon.
So this is shallots. So, okay, so they have many flavors.
It's so better when you say it. Crayon.
Right, a crayon. So I'm just gonna add some shallots too, so it's gonna kind of like finish off kind of like the dish like this. It's gonna add like another layer, and
Where
like
did
I
you
mentioned.
get that?
So this is
Where's it available?
food crayon. It's available online as well. So there are many flavors, anything from dessert to savory, so it kind of avoids all the chopping, etc. Right?
Yes.
So that's pretty good. But I'll have you try that as well in a minute, if you don't mind.
Okay, I shall do that. But then let's hop over right here to dessert, because we've got, this is basically the same recipe. We have a very simple version of it here, maybe for an afternoon coffee kind of thing, and then something you could serve your guests for a fancy dinner.
Exactly. So I picked kind of like maple because, I mean, 90% of the world production is coming from Canada and 75% of it is from Quebec. So I wanted to really feature that, obviously, in our dishes today. So we have the very simple version using lots of maple syrup. But I wanted to show like how can we use the sugar or the maple balsamic. So in this case, I made a chantilly with some delicious sugar right here.
Okay.
You can also use it like, maple sugar, so you can also use it in your coffee, but also in your dessert. I made a meringue with some balsamic made from maple as well. So try to be creative. And obviously we have the classic pudding chômeur that's delicious, it's easy to make, and you know what? It's actually not much harder to make any of the two.
So this is a cake basically made
It's a cake, super simple. And then I'll have you just kind of like pour it all over. That's the easy part, yeah. So we have the delicious sauce as well. So we can have a very creative version of it or a very simple version of it, right? So like it's really up to you.
Okay, so how did you make that then? Because this is like really light.
Yes, so it's super, and actually what I loved about the maple balsamic makes the meringue even lighter than if you were to use regular sugar. And then for a little bit of, I would say, spark, I'm just gonna finish it with a bit of a charred lemon from Quebec as well. So it's a little salt, so it's gonna also pair, because there's a lot of like sweetness in the dish, so it's gonna also like literally elevate it when it comes to flavor as well.
Okay, people can find you making these dishes. You have a YouTube channel?
YouTube channel, Instagram, everything, yes, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll put those links up on our website at chch.com/morninglive. Now I am gonna try, so we've got about 20 seconds left. I just wanna try a little bit of this because it looks so delicious.
Yeah. And this is the beauty of it, right? Like you have so many different products and then you can really get creative, right?
That is a big punch of maple. That's delicious.
And it's not too sweet. This was something I love about it.
Romain, so nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
Thank you for coming in and sharing this with our viewers.
Thank you so much.